The usual everyday traffic on the main highway going up to Israel's most northern town, Kiryat Shmona. But going back 2 months ago, a road like this would have been empty. When 4,000 Katyusha rockets fell on the north of Israel, people didn't travel these roads. Quiet has returned to the forests above Kiryat Shmona. The workers of Keren Keyemet here, who maintain the forests, are also citizens of the north of the country, and they've been visibly affected by the war and the damage to the environment. Shimon is a firefighter. He spent his summer battling the blazes that tore through this countryside. Here in the Naphtali forest above Kiryat Shmona, 75% of trees were damaged by the Katyusha rocket fires. And of those, 50% will have to be removed. Trees that can survive have been marked with orange paint. But many of those trees that can't survive, well, they've already begun to be cut down. I picked this from one of the living shrubs in the forest. You can see the water still running through the stem. In contrast to this, a dead piece of wood from one of the trees here in the forest. The work of the Keren Keyemet Israel now in this forest is to come and remove trees like these which are dried throughout. They attract termites, and when termites come, they not only destroy the dried, dead trees, but they'll also attack the living trees as well. And that's something Israel can't afford to happen. These forests are crucial for the ecology and the economy, the source of much tourism in the area. As a project coordinator, Shimona received literally hundreds of calls from volunteers across the country, keen to help restore the countryside to its beauty.
פשוט כל יער לפי מה שהיערן והאזור מנחה אותנו בעצם איזה טיפול אותו יער צריך, אנחנו עושים עם אותם מתנדבים, אם זה לגזום עצים, אם זה לאסוף את הגזם, למנוע את הסחף שיהיה פה בגשם, ופשוט נותנים לאותו יער נקודתית את הטיפול הנכון.
There's no shortage of volunteers. Nevertheless, Keren Keyemet says this war has set them back years.
The yearly budget for against fires, especially for the chemicals that we're using to reduce the fires, we spend it all in the first 4 days of the war. We completely had to use it. Nobody thought that this war will keep going and we will lose so many trees.
One Katyusha rocket alone was able to destroy up to thousands of trees at a time. To get a sense of the perspective, we've come here to the Birya forest not far from Safed, where just like other areas across the north of the country, we find an area scarred and barren, void of life. Yosef has been a forest ranger for over 20 years. This summer, he watched many of the trees he planted burn in the fires. In a forest now carpeted with a thick layer of ash, Yosef showed us the worst affected parts of the region.
יער ביריה משתרע על 20,000 דונם יער נטוע. מתוכו נשרפו כ-2,000 דונם. זאת אומרת כ10% מיער ביריה נשרף במלחמה האחרונה.
So this is the cause of all the damage. And as Yosef explained, it wasn't only trees affected by the flames.
באחד מימי המלחמה ירדתי באיזה בוסתן להשקות עץ. ואני לוקח את הג'ריקן, יורד אותו מהאוטו, פתאום אני מבחין שיש תנועה מאחוריי. אני מסתכל, אני רואה שועל קטן, הולך אחריי, ואתם יודעים, שועלים מפחדים מבני אדם. נתתי לו לשתות מים, מילאתי את הפקק של הג'ריקן במים, נתתי לו לשתות, והוא פשוט התקרב עד כדי לטיפה ושתה מים. זאת אומרת שהוא היה צמא. כנראה מקור המים שהוא היה רגיל לשתות, נעלם, נסתם או משהו קרה בגלל השריפה, והוא פשוט היה צמא למים.
The Lebanese border is once again quiet. We looked over into the villages who played host to Hezbollah during the war. We saw smoke rising from among them. The Israeli army is busy destroying the Hezbollah bunkers they were able to locate. And so as the army finishes off its work, back in the forests, Keren Keyemet has only just begun.
This war catch us in the middle of the year where we have targets that were set up from early, like continue to building reservoirs, continuing to plant other trees in different areas, and that's where we set up a emergency campaign. We're talking about 80 million shekel for covering all the damage. Very soon we can start to replant new trees, and slowly this forest will become again green as it used to be.
It will take up to 50 years before these forests are restored. The colour of the trees tells the tale of this summer. But Israelis have a strong commitment to their land, and the work to rebuild the forests has already begun.